heart for you. You're the one that brings me joy, so I won't lie to you. I know it's hard to believe, but let me be little one for you. Of all girls, I swear I fall for you. Ma, you give me reason to love you. I will not put no one above you. I've been giving my heart to you. Yeah. Only you can make me smile. No, I cannot live without. Girl, you are my rising sun. You are my only one. You bring all the me, yeah. I promise not to do you wrong, yeah. You are my rising sun. You are my only one. You bring all the me, yeah. Promise not to do you wrong, yeah. Baby, love me, love me, love me. Baby, please love me, yeah. My when I leave you, love you. I love you, love you. Inside my heart, still are you. Outside my heart, still are you. My when I leave you, love you. Might strike me like a lightning, and the love that you give is exciting. You my only, yeah. And the love that I got for you is enticing. All I wanna do is to be with you. No need to fuss and fight, you to break all the truth. I can take you to my heart in the stable for two, yeah. You need to break my heart and take it real smooth. That only you can make me right. I wanna be right by your side. Can do this eye to eye. Girl, you are my rising sun. You are my only one. You bring all the me, yeah. I promise not to do you wrong, yeah. You are my rising sun. You are my only one. You bring all the me, yeah. Promise not to do you wrong, yeah. Girl, on you I spend more coffee. I want to die calling you baby, yeah, you baby. Girl, on you I spend more coffee. I want to die calling you baby, yeah, you baby. Say I set my eye on you. You stole my heart away, and there's no to tell you. Might as well you bust my head. Let my higher, can't rely on. Fret by you fret, oh, just say let my real. Girl, you are my rising sun. You are my only one. You bring all the me, yeah. I promise not to do you wrong, yeah. You are my rising sun. You are my only one. You bring all the me, yeah. Promise not to do you wrong, yeah. See you like Dr. Lou Mix.
Hi, this is Munel Kishan. We are on in Woodland right now at the Madinko restaurant, and we also stand here with our Congress lady who will be up for re-election next year. Madam, and congratulations. When I say congratulations, I mean I know you're going to win again. But I want you to tell our people, because we want our people, the Liberian community, to get involved with our American partners, because most of them are American citizens, but they are all back. So I want to just tell them what you think in store for them, what they need to do to be part of the whole thing.
Well, so it's really important that when people are citizens, that they pay attention to what's going on in government, that they vote, that they educate themselves about the issues. I mean, that doesn't matter whether you were born here or whether you come and you're a naturalized citizen. It's important that everyone takes our government seriously and doesn't just rest.
And I'm also surprised and I'm happy to see you coming in this community to inform us and to educate us, because these are some of the things that we've been looking for, and we're happy to get you here at this time, because we want our people to know that we are part of the process. We are all taxpayers, and we should get involved. So I want to say thank you. I want to say thanks to the community here for bringing her in, but we're going to make sure we work along with you. So is there a last word you got to say before going there?
Well, this is, I mean, when I ran, I said I wanted to represent everyone in the 5th District, whether it's suburban Delaware County or Philadelphia, Southwest Philadelphia. They're all my constituents, so it's my duty to represent all of them. I was here last fall before I was elected and heard loud and clear from the community that they felt like they weren't being heard, so I promised that I would come back, and that's why I'm here.
Okay, thank you very much, and we're going to meet in there. Yes. Okay, I want to say thank you for watching. We'll continue this program in there. We want for the Liberian Association, the Liberian community, to be part of the process. You pay taxes, and you're an American citizen. Be a part of it. Don't just sit there. Do something. Thank you very much.
P2Y2, Jesus' son. Vivian,
oh,
just praise on the beat.
oh my God.
My soul cry out to you, oh God.
You my rock, Papa, you are my strength. Hey, my strong tower, you cover me with your wings. I give you the glory. Your blessing forever, I will receive it. Hey God, my defender, my strong tower. You never been like me. You got me in your place, so I will shout amen. Praise the Lord, I will say, truly must.
Promise. She says she was a representative of everybody that she represented. She's from the 5th Congressional District, so she is living up now to her campaign promise. These are the kind of representation we need. So we are truly happy to meet her here. We've taken her on several tours. She has met with the Liberian congressman, and she's meeting with different business people, small business people. So she is here. So it is an honor for me to introduce to you your congresswoman, Mrs. Mary Gay Scanlon.
Thank you all so much for coming out this evening, taking time out of your day. I just wanted to come and talk to you a little bit about what we're trying to do with this new congressional district. So last year, all of the congressional districts were redrawn in Philadelphia, across Pennsylvania. So this is a new district, and it includes all of Delaware County, a piece of Southwest Philadelphia and South Philadelphia, and a little bit of Montgomery County. But I think we've ended up with the best district in the state because it's really a regional district. These artificial lines between Delaware County and Philadelphia are meaningless. So, I mean, we know that Philadelphia is the economic engine for the region, and that is part of this district. So I've been really excited to hear how much is going on here in Southwest Philadelphia and stretching into Delaware County. I mean, we all know that the energy of immigrants has been one of the driving forces of our nation since its founding. So it's really exciting to see what's going on here, and I want to make sure that folks in this region know the resources we have in our office to help. So anytime there's an issue with the federal government, you can contact our office. We have one district office. It's on Baltimore Pike, 927 East Baltimore Pike in East Lansdowne. But we do get out regularly and do mobile office hours at libraries and in state representatives' offices and things like that. So if there's an issue with the IRS about income taxes, even if a check gets lost, or if there's an issue about trying to apply for small business association or small business administration grants or something, if there's issues with immigration, if there are issues with Social Security or veterans benefits, please contact our office and we can try to help with those things. I know that immigration is a really tough issue right now. One of the reasons I ran was because I disagree so strongly with the immigration policies of this administration. I know I've worked with immigrants for the past 15 years, and I know how hard people work, and I know that the people who come here, who try to make a new life for themselves, are the hardest working, the people with the most grit and determination, and the people who are going to make the greatest contribution to our country as a whole, all of us. So I have such respect for the folks in this community. We want to do what we can to help. We also wanted to make sure that people are very aware of the census coming next year. In April, every 10 years, the U.S., pursuant to our Constitution, says we have to count everyone in the country. Women, children, immigrants, anyone who is here in the country. And we know people are a little bit nervous about that because of what this administration has been saying with respect to immigrants. But we want to reassure people, and we have someone here from the census today, I think. Yes, we have a representative from the census who can answer questions if you have questions about the census. But here's why it's important. The census determines our representation in Congress, in the State House, in the State Senate. But it also determines how we get federal aid. Every person who isn't counted, Pennsylvania loses $2,000. And that's $2,000 that goes to our roads and our schools and to health care. So my office in particular is going to be working really hard to make sure that we get everyone counted. And with that, I'm going to let our census representative talk a little bit.
Good evening. Thank you so much for having me. Good evening. My name is Lynn Newman. I'm a partnership coordinator with the U.S. Census Bureau. So you are correct. We are getting ready for the 2020 census. And this census is going to look a little different in that there's an online option. You can respond to the census online. There's also a telephone option as well. There's a toll-free number that you can call and record your answers. We'll still have paper and pen because we know that not everyone's comfortable. So it's just a few questions. It'll truly take a few minutes. So some of the topics that we will ask is name, age, date of birth, who's living in your home, how are they related to you, race, you self-identify, whether or not you are of Latino origin or not, do you rent your home, do you own your home, and a contact number. And that's pretty much it that's going to be on the census. We do not ask citizenship. We do not ask for social security number. We do not ask for bank account information. Okay, that's all. It's about 9 topics. That's all that we ask. And all the information is held confidential. Under Title 13, Section 9 U.S. Code, we don't disclose any personally identifiable information. So the 2020 census is easy. It's a few questions. It's safe. We don't disclose any personally identifiable information, and it's important. It has to do with, as was mentioned, money for roads, for schools, for free lunch program, reduced lunch program, Medicare, Medicaid. So at the end of the day, how can any community plan if you don't know who's here? Exactly. Okay, I count, I matter. I count, I matter. Thank you.
So a lot of you guys know, so the 2020 census is really, really important. So I'm on one of the committee in Lansdowne. So our immigrant community, sometime we kind of lack of information, definitely when it comes to the government work. So a lot of information I want you guys to be known that your information is safe. Sometimes we don't trust that individuals that coming in because maybe language barrier, or like if my uncle says something to our immigrant community, most likely they're going to trust them. But individuals that come out and explain the census, they don't really understand that. So this information, since the 2020 census is really important, and I really want you guys to be counted for. Like she was saying, it counts on everything we're trying to do when it comes to schools, when it comes to the roads, when it comes to the businesses and everything. So it's really important if somebody, you can even do it online and your information is safe. So it doesn't matter if you have papers or if you don't have, your information is safe and is secure. You said Title 13, right, ma'am?
Title 13, U.S. Federal Code.
Exactly. So nobody going to be coming down to your house or trying to, scare you or anything like that. So I just want to also...
Can you talk on how the trusted messengers is needed and also some of the jobs that's maybe coming down?
Yeah, you want to explain that? Because I know you're on the bearer, too.
Yeah, go ahead. Oh, okay. All right.
I need to talk about the census because I, the chairperson for the...
Come here.
Yeah, you can... Thank you. Mayor Kenny created 9 committees across the city of Philadelphia. They call it Philly Count, Complete Count Committee. And that committee include African American Committee, Religious Affairs Committee, LBGT Committee, and African and Caribbean Immigrant Committee. I chair the African and Caribbean Immigrant Committee. That means that of all the African and Caribbean folks in Philadelphia, they have to outreach to us. And we have series of ongoing meetings. We have census champion training. And we're also raising a lead for this month committee. We're raising $100,000 to make sure that we make sure that the information get to our various committees. Or the Philly Count Action Fund, which is about $2 million that has been provided and co-matched by the United Way of Philadelphia, we have begun to receive funding from those funds. Currently, we have almost like about 4 or 5 organizations that have been qualified at at a total rate of $7,500 to $10,000 per organization. So you will also see around, we also have launched a subcommittee or newsletter. So what the congressperson said is very, very, very true, that Philadelphia loses $2,000. Not just, the only thing she didn't say is that if you are not counted, we lost that money for 10 years. So it's not only just for that $2,000 or $2,500, but we lost the city of Philadelphia or Delaware County, where most of us are residing, lost $2,000 times 10 for each individual that is not counted. So right now, Philadelphia is proactive and has done a wonderful job in making sure that no one in Philadelphia is left counted. But I also want to just tell you, you shouldn't, no one is even allowed to enter your house. So what this year will be counting, will be reporting our data on the phone, will be reporting our data on our computers. But this community is considered hard to count community. So those organizations that are here that need money to outreach to your communities, you need to contact us. You need to contact us at Kana, and I will make sure that we work with you to try to get some of that money. So that being said, I just wanted to just clarify to what extent, I don't know, I was invited to participate in the Delaware County stuff, but then Delaware County later got back to my staff and said they want to keep it at Delaware County yet. So, well, but in Philadelphia County, it is very, very proactive. And we are doing everything. I think where we are, statistically, we think Philadelphia County is going towards almost 80 to 90% counted. So I just wanted to make sure that y'all know.
Okay.
I'm here.
I got a question for you, sir.
Okay.
Yeah, I'm from the Lrtn. What information, because you see, our people, it's hard for them to get information, because right now only people are getting the information. But what about the others? Because people are afraid, thinking that it's all about immigration. What are you getting? What you got in place to convince them? Like, you got network, you got other Facebook, you got other podcasts around. Don't you think you can use that to educate the people?
Let me say this. My biggest problem in community organization is the Liberian community.
Yes.
We take everything to be political.
Yeah.
Because of that, if I'm a Liberian, if you are telling me you don't know your own has been selected by the city of Philadelphia to head this thing about complete count, then I have a problem with all of the folks who call themselves community leaders. I have a lot of work to do. I cannot outreach to everybody. I'm sure that other Liberian Association was invited, ministerial conference was invited, many of our brothers here are aware. I cannot guarantee that I will be able to outreach to each and every Liberian community leader. So my answer to your question is, it is upon all of us to make sure that we are counted. Haitian or Jamaican are outreaching to us, then why can't you?
I'm happy that you understand your people well. Like, we all make the joke, we said they got 3 groups of people. We got Liberian, white, and black. So I understand, you know your people. Now, if you are the leader, you got to go the extra mile. Most of our people, we overlook things. That's what caused most of the problem for us. We overlook things. So I'm only appealing to you. that you got to just take the extra mile. You got other network. You know, most of us will get on
All
Facebook and
of
get
y'all put your
information.
hand up.
So,
All of y'all put your hand up. I, henceforth, have become a censor champion for my people.
I agree.
So I am putting it back to you that you are a censor champion yourself, just like me. My issue here is being the chairperson of the committee for the city of Philadelphia. I'm not paid for that. That's not a paid job. It's an advocacy job that I've done in this community for the last 22, 23 years. So what I'm saying to you is that Joseph Sakwa come to me, the information is there. He said, I need money for my community. I will make sure that he gets that money. But to put it on me to say, you know what have you done to reach? I am not going to take that responsibility. So in this public manner, I swear all of you as censor champion. Thank you very much.
okay.
Can I ask a question?
But we'll do everything to carry it. We'll do everything to educate our people.
Excuse me. Can I ask a question before you leave, please? Can I ask a question, please?
Let's have some quiet here. We're going to have order.
Just let me do two quick
one
points.
second.
If people have questions, please contact our office. Okay? Scanlon.house.gov is the internet address, and you can get information there. Malcolm Yates, who is here, is our census champion from that office. All of the state rep offices are going to have census champions as well. And I did want to have our census representative from the government talk a little bit about jobs that are available.
Correct. So we're also hiring as we get ready for the 2020 census. All of our jobs you can apply online. You apply at 2020census.gov/jobs. The jobs, the pay rates range in Philadelphia anywhere from $17 an hour up to about $22 an hour. Okay? It takes about 10 or 15 minutes to apply online. And you're working from home and you set your hours. I have information at the table in the back about our jobs.
Okay, can I ask a question, please? I'm reporting from the Lrtn Radio and Television Network, Lrtn. I know we were at the Upper Darby International Festival. We carried our live for the. Yeah. Okay. Yes. I'm reporting from the Lrtn Radio and Television Network, and we were at the International Festival in the Upper Darby. We carried our live, and we got a package for the censor, saying they were going to contact us. I was just trying to see if I could ask my brother. I just left from here. We just started working for 2 years now, and most of the time, people on this side, it's very difficult for us in the Northeast. People in the Northeast don't really get any information like that because we spread out and we don't really get engaged. So I was trying to talk to him that as we're talking right now, you're live, everybody's watching. We want to make the publicity and make this to be something that I heard him talking about politics. The network, our network, don't really do politics. We do everything. We cover everything, and we want to ask him if he would be willing to work with us so we can make things work, and if we can benefit from whatever, because we have a lot of challenges, whatever we can do to make things work. So if you guys can answer that question. Sure. And for the congresswoman, most of the time people go for election when they're done. We don't see them no more. Right. So we've been running election for people. Siddiqui can attest to that. Yeah. All of them won the election, and we're looking for office space, to make sure we got a place where you can come to and educate our people. Great. We got cultural differences. There's a whole lot going on voting and all of that. So what can you guys do to help us out so we can get this to keep rolling? Thank you very much.
So we're going to make sure that my staff has your information so we can be in touch with you as things are happening, and so we can let you know when we have stuff to broadcast out. But we'd also appreciate it if you keep in touch with us and let us know when things are happening in the Liberian community so that we can participate and we can try to help.
And also, just to piggyback on that, let us know when there's events. We love to be invited to the party, as we said. If there's any events that we can have a table where we can have a few minutes on the agenda to talk about the census, to talk about why it's easy, why it's important, why it's safe, to also talk about the jobs. In terms of recruitment, in terms of jobs, we're able to help people actually apply online. So if you're willing to have, and maybe your office, Congresswoman, could have a recruitment session. We have recruiting assistants who will actually come out and actually help people apply online. You just need to have a bank of computers or laptops that the public can use to apply. So we will have the staff. If you tell us how many people will be there, we'll bring more than enough staff to actually help people apply. Step 1, step 2, and we will actually help people do that.
And as the gentleman mentioned, Philadelphia has been very active. The city and county of Philadelphia has been very active around the census for the last couple cycles. So they know how to do this, and they're way ahead of the curve. Delaware County has not been that active. It is just forming its committee. But my office and the new electeds in Delaware County are really trying to push this so that we get a more robust count going in Delaware County. We have till April. That is the
Census Day is April 1st.
Census Day is April 1st. That is the day they want to count everyone, but there will be opportunities to fill it out before that and after that. But we're just going to keep pushing on this, so we would love to keep you involved.
My uncle has one question. He works in D.C. a lot. So he wanted to
Okay. Well, quickly, thank you very much, Congresswoman. I know we met the last time during the Census Summit. Again, my name is Joseph Sacro. I am the UN Refugee Congress delegate for the state of Pennsylvania. That's a National Advocacy Committee responsible to lobby with Congress in terms of refugee legislation and immigration and asylum. So we want to thank you for very much for coming to the community. I just want to bring your attention to issue because many of us Liberians came in this country as refugees because of the war. There is legislation that's been introduced by Senator Leahy, as you may be aware of, just a couple of days ago. We want to ask you to please support that legislation, which will strengthen the asylum system in the United States, as well as the refugees program in the United States. Okay. Currently, the admission program has been downgraded to 18,000, as you may be aware, by the current president. So that legislation will set the cap to 95,000 admission to the United States. So we need a support for that. In terms of the census, the Refugee Congress will also working with the census. We are planning a job fair for the community December 7. I've already made arrangement with the free library here, and we're going to Baskerville right here. Okay, that'll be December 7. And working with the census in terms of helping people to fill out application and stuff like that. And I'm going to reach out to your office, Alisa, to bring, and also your office as well. Great. So that will start from 11 to 3:30 at Pasco. We'll spread, we'll go to the mosques and churches to make sure that people take advantage of that. And we are also outreaching to the people because it's very important. Census come every 10 years. We want to make sure that no one is left out. Okay, I serve on the committee at the state level. We'll be having a meeting in Harrisburg, and also serve in the subcommittee in immigration in Philadelphia as well. So we'll do everything possible to help making sure that everyone is counted. Again, I want to thank you very much. I will be working with your office. I've been working with Senator Toomey and Bob Casey in my capacity as the state representative for UN Refugee Congress. So I'll be reaching out to you as well, making sure that our community and the refugees program in the United States works well. Thank you.
I should have mentioned the committees that I serve on in Congress. I'm on the Judiciary Committee. I'm actually vice chair on the Judiciary Committee. And one of the subcommittees that I serve on is the Immigration Subcommittee. So through that committee, we have been having a lot of hearings about some of the abuses of this administration, whether it has to do with detention of folks at the southern border or the restrictions that have been placed on the refugee programs or the delays that people are experiencing with getting green cards, with having their citizenship applications adjudicated. So, I mean, we know these are issues, and we count on you to bring these things to our attention so that we can look into them and try to fix them through legislation if need be. I'm interested to hear further about the legislation. If it was introduced by Senator Leahy, it's going to be in the Senate. I want to know what the House bill is, and if there isn't one yet, then maybe I can sponsor it.
Listen, we'll take a few more questions, and that'll be maybe two or three more, and then we'll call this.
Yeah. Thank you very much for the opportunity to be here. In fact, I've just heard about this meeting very lately, but I'm happy that I'm here, and to also voice concern of other Liberian communities. I'm here representing the ULCA, United Liberian Communities in America. Well, many of you may not know about that, but I just heard my friend, I don't know this Akana, but I want for this to be extended to other Liberian communities so that Liberians don't lose out in the census process, because it's very, very important. As we have learned, it is a 10-year period, and we cannot afford for other Liberians to lose out. That's one point. The other point is that there are other Liberians who are here whose immigration, let's say, process have been, I would say, stalled, because almost for 4 years, many of our constituents, they are not having the chance to even have the chance for their cases to be heard. And our Congresswoman is here. I would like to get the actual details of how the ULCA, United Liberian Communities in America, can be able to access either Arcana, I don't know, or through your office, or through any other office that can be able to ensure that other Liberians who are in this process will be accounted for, so that they don't lose out. So this is what I want to know. So I don't know whether I can get some information as to how I may access your office or any other office for proper coordination. All right. And again, my name is Jack.
So again, my district director, Heather Boyd, is here. Malcolm Yates is one of our our community outreach director. But you can find, if you Google Congresswoman Mary Gay Scanlon, you can find it that way. But we are on Baltimore Pike. The idea would be, if there are group concerns, for example, if you say there are, a number of people whose applications have been delayed, then we want to know that, because then I can write a letter with my colleagues to those agencies and say, what is the delay? We've actually recently held a number of hearings about this, about the fact that they are not processing the applications as quickly as they are supposed to, and why not. It appears because they've diverted so much resources to trying to deal with the southern border that they aren't doing the rest of the job that well. So we know that's a concern. If there are particular issues for a particular person, we're going to try to help with that too. But what I would urge is, if you have a lawyer working with you, have the lawyer contact us, because we don't want to do something that might, go against what the lawyer is trying to do. Okay, we want to make sure we're working in conjunction and that we don't screw things up for someone by asking the wrong questions. I've worked for many years with Nationality Service Center and with Hyacinth Council. They're nonprofits in the city that work on this, but I know there are lawyers as well. I would just urge people to be careful. Do not, fall for scams. Make sure that you're dealing with people who are trustworthy, because we know there are people out there who prey upon folks whose status is insecure and who are nervous. So please make sure you're dealing with trusted lawyers, trusted counsel when you're doing that. But we're happy to try to help if we can try to find out status. Sometimes an application just gets lost. We can try to track those things down.
All right, one more question. Two more. That's it. Okay. All right.
Thank you, Congresswoman, for having the opportunity to interact with us. There are a lot of Liberians and other immigrant population that are in this area. If you entire Woodland, Southwest Philly, a lot of African population, and it's our appeal that in the future we could have a regular town hall with you guys, and we can set it up and have a bigger number like this. We are glad that you reach here, give on your basic task to talk to us, so that we too can be a part of the American system, knowing what's going on. Coming to talking about a census, our Lrtn is being viewed by a lot of Liberians and other immigrants. And if you are watching tonight, we encourage you to form part of the process. And if you are afraid, we'll give you information to where to contact, because people don't want. There are some people who are undocumented. They are afraid. We'll try to get the right approach, what to do, so that they can be able to be part of it. Because sometimes if you knock the door, the thing is immigration. But we'll try to encourage people who are legal, and so that they can form part of the process. We want to thank you for coming, and we hope that while in Congress, you do everything to protect us. We do everything. We have some of our immigrants, the DD styles about to expire. we hope to work with you to work with the president to extend the term. Thank you very much.
Thank you so much. All right, we got one more. One more. Go ahead, Maya.
One more question. Anybody? All right, that's it. And then we'll go. We got a lot of food here. We're getting ready to eat. I'm getting hungry.
Okay, so my question is, I think the best way for us to have progress is if the youth is involved. So I wanted to know if you have any...
Excuse me. Go ahead, Maya.
Okay, so my question is, I think the best way to have progress is if we have the youth involved from this specific community. So I wanted to know if you have volunteer opportunities at your office for how the younger people can get involved.
Sure.
How young?
Well, like me, I'm in college.
Okay. So lots of opportunities.
From 18 to like 24, you know, college, even maybe some high school students. It depends on you.
Certainly. So there's a couple different things. We're trying to take advantage of as many of the youth programs that Congress has as possible. So we started this year and we'll do it again next year. We have a congressional youth cabinet. So high school students who are sophomores and juniors can apply for the following year. So we're kind of in the middle of it, but the idea is that we'll meet 4 or 5 times a year. We'll talk about their policy interests, the things that interest the youth, and try to work on them together, try to get them to DC to see things going on there. Okay, and Nyla, who's with my office, is here, and she's very involved in that. She's sitting back there. We have something called the Congressional Award. It's something that Congress has been running for years. It's for youth age 13 through 24. And it revolves around public service and personal achievement. So if people complete a certain number of hours in that program, and you can find that online, it's Congressional Award, then they get first certificates and then medals, and that can be a great resume item as people move forward. As for youth activism, because of youth activism, I think, right now we have a gun safety Congress. The House of Representatives has passed gun safety legislation for the first time in a decade. Okay, and that's because young people got up, got out, they registered to vote, and they actually voted. So I think we're seeing that power, and we're going to encourage folks to do that. My office does have internships. They usually run on a semester or a summer basis. Some are paid, some are unpaid. Congress doesn't give us that much money to work with, but we would love to have young people applying for those. So those are some of the opportunities.
I want to thank you. This is Lrtn, Woodland.
So, all right,
I want to thank you very much. So from here, we're going to be going to item 13. Thank you very much for everything. Share this video. Thank you.
She'll be around to do a little beat.
D2Y2, Jesus' son.
She got the juice, she got the sauce. Give me some juice, give me some sauce. She got the juice, she got the sauce. She got the juice, she got the sauce. Oh yeah, 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 yeah. The woman wear designer. She got woman, she wear fake, yeah. She got the sauce. Frat you, yeah, frat you, wear woman. She got the sauce. Salute you, baby. Salute. She got the juice, she got the sauce. You got the juice, you got the juice, you got the sauce. Give me some juice, give me some juice, give me some sauce. She got the juice, she got the juice, she got the sauce. Give me some juice, give me some juice, give me some sauce. Oh, I give her my farmer. Ela kapakizi zunu ya, zunu ya. Ima oh, ima. Gala mama ibama oh, ibama. Oh, Twazian awalaba, awalaba, awalaba. Twalio awalaba, awalaba, awalaba. Twamana awalaba, awalaba, awalaba. You got the juice, you got the juice, you got the sauce. Give me some juice, give me some juice, give me some sauce. She got the juice, she got the juice, she got the sauce. Give me some juice, give me some juice, give me some sauce. Oh, yeah, 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 yeah. The woman wear designer. She got in my mind. Rihanna body, I will get in my. Rihanna body, I will get in my. Baby, you too fine, you are. I know you sexy, and you too nice, oh. You got the juice, you got the sauce. You got the juice, you got the juice, you got the sauce. Give me some juice, give me some juice, give me some sauce. She got the juice, she got the juice, she got the sauce. Give me some juice, give me some juice, give me some sauce. I've been a valley. She got the sauce. When the woman pulled over in a rover, she got the sauce. I've been a valley. She got the sauce. When the woman pulled in a rover, she got the sauce. I've been a valley. She got the sauce. Beat you when she boo 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 in a rover. She got the sauce.